Welcome back to the course Intelligent Decision Making. So today in this session I am going to demonstrate the impact of decision making in healthcare application. Let us assume a large healthcare organization which is processing thousands of insurance claims every day. However, not all claims are approved. Some are denied by insurance companies due to reasons such as missing documentation, patient ineligibility, or coding errors. These denials cause delays in payments, increased administrative costs, and significant revenue losses. Am I right? To address this, the analytics team decides to leverage data-driven intelligent decision making. They aim to understand denial trends over time, specifically which denial categories occur most frequently and how their patterns change week by week or month by month. Using the following Python code, the team groups and analyzes denial data by date and denial category, counts occurrences, and visualizes how trends evolve. Let us demonstrate this intelligent decision making in healthcare finance by analyzing some hypothetical data on patient billing and payments. We are going to use pandas to process the data and then make a decision based on the analysis. For this, as a first step, we have to create a sample data set representing the patient bills and payments. So here you can notice we are using the pandas package and we are creating a data set with 4 fields, which includes patient ID, bill amount, amount paid, and then service date. Okay, so this patient ID shows the unique ID for each and every patient. So here we are having 10 patient ID, and then this bill amount represents the billed amount for each and every patient, and amount paid is nothing but the money which is paid by the patient, and service date, on which date the patient got service from the hospital. So these are the minimum fields we are going to have in our data set. Okay, so this is we have created this data with a dictionary. So this patient ID is nothing but a key, and the value associated for this patient ID has been created with the help of list. So this is a key value and the associated value is given in the list. So all these data we are going to make a data frame by using the data frame class. Okay, so we have converted this data into data frame. So this is the result of data frame. So here the data frame is created with the fields we have given in the data: patient ID, bill amount, amount paid, and service date. And then what we have to do, we have to find out the reasons for denial, right? So we need to find out the patient who is having outstanding balance, right? If they have outstanding balance, then the model should find out what is the reason for outstanding balance, right? And we have to categorize that, and we have to find out the root cause behind the outstanding balance, right? So that is the objective of this application. So far we have created a data set with minimum field of requirements, and then we have to find out the patient who is having outstanding balance, and then after finding the outstanding balance we have to find out the root cause behind that, right? That is the special objective of this application. Okay, so here we are trying to find out the outstanding balance, which can be found by a simple subtraction process. So we have the billed amount for each and every patient as well as the amount paid by the customer. If we do subtraction, then we can get the outstanding balance. So we are storing outstanding balance in this object balance, and we check whether the balance is greater than 0 or not. If it is greater than 0, then the patient is having outstanding balance, which means that they have certain amount that is yet to be paid, right? So the hospital management has to find out those patients and they try to collect money from the patients who have the outstanding balance so that they can improve their revenue, right? So for that we are going to use the decision making process. So how we can decide to collect money from those kind of patients. Okay, we'll see one by one. So here this code is displaying the details of the customer who is having outstanding balance. So here out of 10 patients, 5 patients are having outstanding balances. So patient ID 1 is having 500, patient ID 2 is having 500, and 4, 7, patient number 4 and 7 are also having 500, patient number 8 is having 200 rupees as a outstanding. So we are printing the details of the patient along with the outstanding balance in the ascending order so that the hospital management can find the patient who is having highest outstanding balances. So they try to get money from those patients at first, and then they will come for the patients who is having minimum outstanding balances. Okay, so this is one of the important step in the decision making process. This analysis helping the management to find out the patient who is having more outstanding balance. But this is not enough, right? So once after finding the outstanding balance of each and every patient, then we have to find out the root cause behind that, because of which reason they were unable to complete the payment, right? So for that, the next level we are going to do analysis over this. Okay, so for this we are going to create a field called denial code and denial reasons. We are going to have some category. So because of which reason they are unable to pay the money. Okay. In order to find out the root cause, that is the reason for denial, right? We are going to create a data set. Initially, we created a data set with 4 minimum fields, right? Patient ID, amount paid, and bill amount, service date. So now we are going to create a data set for denial of reasons. So for this, we have totally 6 fields. Here also we are going to use the concept of dictionary. We have key along with that values. So key is nothing but claim ID, right? So dictionary, this is a key, and these represents the value for claim ID, right? So value has been created with the help of list, and to create a single column we use key value pair. Okay, so here we have claim ID, patient ID, denial code, denial reason, denial rate, and billed amount. So these are the data we are going to have in this data set. So this denial code is nothing but to identify the reason behind the denial of payment. Okay, so for each code we are going to have a description, so that is mentioned in the denial reason. So denial reason is nothing but the description of every denial code. Okay, if it is COI45, which means that the reason behind this denial code is going to be charge exceeds fee schedule or maximum allowable or contracted rate. So this may be the reason for denial of the payment. Okay, if the denial code is CO97, then its description is that benefit maximum for this time period or occurrence limit has been reached, right? So likewise we have description for each and every denial code which is present in this column, right? And then to visualize this, we are going to display the details of denial data. So where it has a data frame like this rows and column format, which includes claim ID, patient ID, denial code, denial reason, denial date, and billed amount, right? So this is the basic data we need to have to find out the root cause behind the denial of payment, right? So before starting the analysis, the data set has to be checked for uh, the missing values, right? So we have to perform data cleaning and pre-processing over the data set we have created. So here is the code to find out missing values in the data set. So we use isNull function to find out whether the particular a field is having null value or not, right? So empty cell or not. If it is empty cell, we are going to find out the sum. So this function is used to identify how many rows is having empty values, right? If maximum number of rows is having empty value, then those rows needs to be pre-processed, which means that either the cell needs to be fixed with some value, that some average value, or the data can be deleted, the row itself can be deleted. So this is, we call it as pre-processing data, right? And then to visualize this information, we are displaying the detail of denial. So here it lists all the columns which is present in the denial data set, and the value associated for each and every column is 0, which means that there is no null value in the data set. So there is no need to do any average function, there is no need to pre-process here, right? So everything is perfect here. So we can continue to analyze the data. So as I told earlier, we are going to find out the root cause for the denial of payment, right? So here we are going to group similar denial codes or reasons into a broader category. So we have a denial code and we have description for each and every denial code, right? So now we are going to group the denial reasons and categorize all those things. Okay, so here this section is a Python list containing strings. Okay, in the context of the code, this list represents a denial reason. For the sample healthcare denial data, each string in the list is a specific reason why a claim might have been denied. These reasons are based on common denial codes and explanations used in healthcare billing and revenue cycle management. The mapping of denial reasons to categories is defined by denial category mapping dictionary, which is shown here. This dictionary is a set of key value pairs where the key is specific denial reason. The key is specific denial reason, which means that the detailed explanation for why a claim was denied. The value we mentioned here is the broader denial category. So here billing and coding issue is the broader denial category, that the specific reason belongs to the first key. Okay. For example, the denial reason benefit maximum for this time period or occurrence limit has been reached is mapped to the category coverage or eligibility issue. The denial reason duplicate claim or service is mapped to the administrative issue category, implying an issue with submitting the same claim multiple times. Okay. The denial reason charge exceeds fee schedule, maximum allowable or contracted rate is mapped to the billing coding issue category. This suggests that the denial is related to how the claim was billed or coded in comparison to the agreed upon fee schedule. The denial reason patient not eligible is also mapped to the coverage and eligibility issue category, indicating that the patient was not covered by insurance for the service rendered. This mapping helps to simplify the analysis by grouping similar detailed reasons into fewer, more manageable categories, allowing for a clear understanding of the main drivers of claim denials. So once the mapping is over, we can visualize the details by using the display function. So here we have all those details along with denial code, denial reason, denial date, billed amount, and the new column what we have created, that is the mapping between denial reason and broader category, right? If it is the this particular key, that is charge exceed fee schedule, then we are going to consider that as a billing or coding issue. So I have mapped this denial reason with the associated category. So the next step should be, we have to find out because of which reason many patients are having outstanding balance. What is the root cause behind this? So in order to find out that, we have to find out or calculate the frequency of count by grouping denial reason and denial date, right? We have to find the or calculate the frequency of the denial category by grouping denial reason and denial date. So that's what we have code here. So we are calculating the frequency of denial reason, right? We are grouping the denial reason, and after the count of that particular reason is printed. So it prints reason frequencies, and then we are grouping the category. We are finding the frequency of denial category and counting its value. So the display function shows the frequency of each and every denial reason. So the first denial reason is having the count of 3, and second denial reason having the count of 3, and third one is having the count of 2, and then patient not eligible, the count of 2. So the major denial reason is the first 2 strings, right? And the data type we have in this count column is integer. So we have found the data type of this. Once the frequency is known, the next step we have to identify or examine how the denial patterns change over time to identify any emerging issues or seasonal trends, because all the time this won't be the analysis result, right? So this period the coverage eligibility issue may be high, right? But it may vary time to time. So we have to analyze these denial trends over time. So for that, we are going to group the data by denial date and category to count the occurrence of each denial category over time. So here we are grouping, as I said, we are grouped the denial date and denial category. For example, if you are going to have the denial category 1, right, in the same date there may be multiple persons may have multiple patients may be under this category, right? So we have to group the patients based on the denial date as well as denial category, and then we will be finding the count it belongs to. Okay, so here we can notice that, so on the date 20th June 2023, in under denial category, there is billing and issue, the count is 1. So likewise 25th January we have one denial count under this denial category, right? So we are grouping a date and denial category, and after grouping these two, what is the count, denial count? Based on the analysis of frequencies and trends, we can investigate the underlying reasons for the most common denials, right? Just we are trying to print the value of denial category frequencies, denial reason frequencies and denial trends. So we can understand from the result we have obtained here. So we have the count of 5 in the first denial category, that is coverage and eligibility issue, and we have count of 3 in billing and coding issue, and then we have count of 2 in administrative issue. So maximum number of patients are unable to pay their out balances under the coverage or eligibility issue. So this may be due to missing documents or ineligibility of the patient. So likewise, we can try to identify the root causes behind each and every denial category. Once it is found, the management start taking decision or start framing rules to minimize the out balances and try to improve their revenue. So this is the purpose of decision making process in the healthcare applications. I hope you understood the concept of decision making and how it can be used in the real-time process. Thank you.